Everybody, Yarn Fairy here again, back with another floss tube. I don't have an intro segue thing, video music. We really wanted it. My daughter searched and tried to figure out how to incorporate it, and yeah, if my daughter can't figure it out, she's 22 years old, I'm not going to be able to figure it out. I ain't telling you how old I am. Okay, so insert cool music here. Oh God, you guys, I just did this for you, and the damage, oh man, I had no idea. Those are all my projects that I'm actually working on. Obviously, Raven Queen, she's down. She's over here. I can't believe it. I have to tell you what happened with her. She bled. All I did was put it under cold water, no soap, nothing, because I'm a dyer. I've been dyeing for 15 years and I know stuff bleeds. So the Karen silks, they bled like crazy. See the spires in the background there? See that red? I'm almost thinking I want to keep it there though, because you know, I kind of like it. It almost looks like the sun's kind of back there doing something funky with the spires, and she's so pretty, you guys. I just love this thing. Okay, yeah, I already showed you another video of her. We're not going there again. But I did want to share that it bled, and if you ever have something like this, there's a product out on the market called Undye, and it works great. We have had errors in our dyeing in the past, and instead of throwing away the yarn, we undye it, we dye it over again. Works great. Love the fact that you can salvage stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. I really can't believe I did this. And I just bought another Haid kit, a full-on Haid kit. Speaking of Haid, this is all of her thread for my mini kitty heaven. The kitties are all over the bookcases. This is not a great photo. They're all over the bookcases, and there's yarn, and there's spools of ribbon and craft stuff, like, and yarn, which is totally me, Yarn Fairy. Yeah, it's like a shop. It's like a Joann's or something. That'd be really cool to have kitties in your Joann's, but of course that's not a good thing to do with your stock. Anyway, I wound all up mini kitty heaven. So now when I'm looking for a color, I just flip through these, and they have all their numbers. They're all in order by number. And I got these great plastic bobbins from Doris. Let me know if you need some. We have extra. And I just used the, you can probably tell I used the number that came off the skein, and I taped it on there. And some of them are really old because I get my threads from various places, a lot of estate sale stuff, which I just recently got in a whole bunch more. Anyway, here's Mini Kitty Heaven. That's all I got done. Yeah. She'll get there. She'll get there because I really like working on her. So, estate sales. I don't know if I'll ever use this, but this is some fun stuff. It's pearl cottons. Yeah. From DMC. And some metallics from DMC. Do you guys have a problem working with this stuff? It looks like it would do fine if you split it into single strands. But if you're working with more than a single strand, I would imagine it's going to be a problem. And I have some linen in here. These are all like various different types of stuff. That's why they're in here. Oh, and get this. My daughter, I was gone for a week. She thought of me. She bought me these. These are brand new. Like, I don't buy brand new stuff because we're in the sticks, so I have to buy stuff online. So it was kind of cool to come home and find all this lovely stuff. And she sewed and she did all this stuff while we were gone, so it was nice. Anyway. There's the specialties, and I needed to... JT, get off my stuff! JT's very inquisitive, one must know. I needed a way to store my skeins that was easy enough, and I didn't want to do all the file folders and the hangy things and do all that work to get my stuff there. So I just pulled out the entire stash of stuff, and when we were on vacation, just before we were on vacation, I went and got a bunch of stuff off of eBay. So I had a lot of sorting to do. And you can see they're all numbered. Can you see? There you go. They're all numbered according to the numbers for DMC. I don't have very many of the new ones, so that'll be the next one. But I love these little boxes. They're the perfect size. Yeah, so those are my boxes. And then you saw my carded stash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 boxes of carded stash. Yeah, the 17 compartment like the Haid. I really had no idea about this. I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing it, you know, and I was just signing up for more, and I was doing those. And, you know, you put you work on a stitch along, and you get the one clue a week, and you do it, and you set it aside. And so it feels like you're making these little completions all along. So for some reason that works for me. That's kind of what I need to keep going. So the ones that I have that are not in stitch alongs are these Long Dog Sampler Pilgrim. There's a stitch along, but it's not a, you know, you buy the pattern and you go there and you stitch with them. Weeds by Carolyn Manning. I just love my weeds. Unfortunately, I haven't made any progress on anything well, there is one thing I did, which is the Snowflake Sampler on our hand-painted Ada. I love Ada. This is what I'm calling quadrant dyeing, because it's got the 4 sections. As I was stitching this, I was seeing like glitter, and I was like, glitter? There's no glitter in my yarn. But for some reason, this is Under the Sea colorway in our silk. This is an 8-ply silk, so I used, I want to say 2 or 3 strands to get this thickness. I think it was 3. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was glittering, and I was just like, wow. And that's because the silk glistens, and it feels so soft. So this is going to become a pillow. Most of the stuff that I'm doing, you know, I don't like the idea of having a bunch of junk around that doesn't have a purpose. I've always been that way. So most of the stuff I'm doing is going to go into pillows or bags or whatever. Okay. Sensus, I got the pattern for it last night, and I started again, and for some reason I was just so, like, it wasn't working. Nothing was working, so I just did this little tiny bit and quit. Hopefully when I start stitching today, everything will be turned on and my head will be working again. Before I go any further, I wanted to tell you guys my beady, let's see if I can say this right, my bead sticky tins are coming in. We got some of the stuff that we need to make them, and the rest, yours are different. This was the sample. Do you remember, what was it, 20 years ago when AOL first came out? I held this thing for 20 years thinking, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. And sure enough, I used it. I made it into my sample. We bought CD tins that have nothing in them. So you can keep your beads here, and you keep your beads here. And I tell you what, it just works. It works so fly. I love this. So we're going to be selling these for just $5 and shipping to your neck of the woods. Oh, it's not on the board. I haven't started it. Does it count? I don't think it counts if you don't start it, right? This is A Little Mystery by Lizzie and Kate. I have all the threads and everything, and the extras and the beads and everything, and I want to change the words on it because I don't like them so much. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is a mystery, something, I don't know. And I didn't like it, so I have to figure out how to change words. If anybody knows how to do that efficiently, I was thinking about a Bible verse. I thought that would be cool, and giving it to my husband for Christmas. I already checked out his favorite verses, and they're too long, so. This is some cotton we dyed. Yeah, I'm not showing you much, am I? I'm not going to show you much either because I really didn't like this sample. Not sure what I'm going to do with it now that I've got it, but I bought DMC. I bought a big cone. But this is, you know, this is actually small for what we deal with. We deal with 1 kilo at a time, which is 2.2 pounds. So I did buy regular old DMC, and I can't wait to start dyeing that up. I really enjoy dyeing the cotton. The cotton was a lot of fun to do. I had to do them this small. They're not actually small. I think there's only 4 skeins in each one of 8 yards each. But I had to do them that small because I wanted to check out samples of colors. What my dyes were going to do on this foreign, you know, cottony thing. We don't do a lot of cotton. In the 15 years that we've been dyeing, we dye a lot of wool. We dye silk, yak, bamboo. But this was kind of like, well, it's not my first. I've been trying to dye cotton all along. And finally, last year when we got the bamboo in, bamboo yarn, I learned a lot. And we have a chemical that we actually set the threads in so that they never run, because I'm a cross stitcher and I'm a dyer. And I do not want bleeding. Raven Queen. You don't want that either. So before I left, this is a crazy video. I just have so much junk. Before I left, I bought, put these guys back. Everything's right to hand. I love my room. Everybody else hates it because it's messy, but for me, everything's right here. 2 bolts of 14 count Aida. That big long pole back there, it's another 14 count Aida. I think I go overboard. Do you think I go overboard sometimes? I don't know. Monk's cloth, which I've never had before, and found a beautiful rose Afghan online. A picture of it. Somebody put it up, and I was just like, wow. So I'm really looking forward to making Afghans. And some 18, and some 16, and some more 14, and an actual Afghan. That you, I guess, you make that into a baby thing. Okay, I told you guys about Secret Garden. I don't know when I pulled that out. Well, I know there was something else. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I bought. I guess I'm going to have to share it with you next time because I want to keep these things short. I don't want to keep you guys sitting here forever. So, real quickly, my loves. These are the latest needle minders. Well, this one's not actually, he's not for sale. You can't buy him, but we have dichondric glass up on the website. This is a, it's embroidered. Yeah, okay, so that's not gonna work. Okay, and then this is, it's actually see-through. See how it's not lime green? It's see-through, it's actual dried flowers. These are the ones, this is the Galaxy. This is our Peekaboo Kitty. I just think she's adorable. And this one is what I want to really talk about. It's glass. This is glass. We can now make our very own stuff. This came from, I don't know, a picture I had laying around here. I've got all kinds of greeting cards and stuff that I was thinking about doing, but what I really want to do is offer up you guys to be able to send me your photos of like your cats or whatever that you love, and then a little tiny picture, and then I can pop it onto these things. I've got this size, which is, I want to say it's 1.5 because I wanted to start out with something large so that I could get the feel of it, and then I'll go smaller. And then we have squares too, and the squares are fun. I've got all kinds of fun little things that I'm going to start putting in them. And then what I'm probably going to do with the needle minders is try to sell them wholesale to knitting stores, thread stores, and yeah, sell them to stores, and then it'll be just like to you guys, like as a little thing, you know what I mean? Not like, that's not what I'm all about, is needle minders. We also carry a lot of other neat things. These are brand new scissors. I call them oil slick because they're so slick. Look at that, they change colors. I just love these things. And they're different on the back too, look at that. Are they? Maybe they're not, I don't know. These are cool. And they snip really, really well. I've used these, and I call these the floral, vintage floral, I think. They're on the blog too. And I can't find, I got these really cute folding travel glasses, and they're, glasses, see, I said it. They're scissors that fold up into glasses, little old lady glasses, and they're just adorable. But if you could see my mess, you'd know why. Like, oh, look at that. I love it when that happens. That happens so rarely that I can just reach out and grab. Well, I just did that though, didn't I? I don't know. from this pile over here. It's a mess. Okay. They're eyeglasses. That is just so adorable. I don't know how they work. I haven't messed with them yet. Oh. I'm sure I'll figure it out, though. Ooh. I'll figure it out and show them unfolded on the site. But these are travel scissors, and their points are completely enclosed. You can't even get to their points. So not like the other ones that fold up, and if you catch them just the wrong way, they'll snag on everything. So those are really cool. While I was buying fabric, linen! I finally got an even weave. I got 25, 42, and 32 counts. So I'll be dyeing that for our next dye day, which is coming up. I'm still freaking out. Okay, so I didn't get all the way through. Long Dog, Chatelaine. Oh gosh, you guys, have you seen the specialty stitches? Have you seen Chatelaine? When I found this girl, I just lost it. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us, so she can't make anything else. But the things that she did make in her lifetime are amazing. If you've never heard of them, go find her. She's a European designer. I was looking for specialty stitches, and I found Wending Stitches, which is Wendy Luckman, and she's on Etsy. And this is the ballroom, and I've kitted it. I'm almost ready to get... Actually, I did start. I made a start on vacation, so I'll be showing you that sooner or later. Linens and Threads, my peacock. Halloween Hamlet, which I haven't started, but I do have. These are the Sal's. Sansus, Snowflake, which I just showed you. Zoe is a box, which is really interesting. I love useful things. The Summer Tree Hugger. Tree Hugger is by Carolyn Manning. All this stuff, a lot of this stuff is by Carolyn Manning. It's the trees for different seasons. So I already did spring and winter. Now summer just came out, and then fall. I've forgotten about that, or I would have told you that in the first one. And then the diamond flowers. Here's a list of them all. Yeah, like you can see that. But that'll keep me going. Oh, yeah. On there is my long-term goals. So I don't know why I'm not starting these things. I'm really old, and I'm not in the best of health. So I need to start my long-term goals now. But I really want to make like a tapestry. I've been enthralled by tapestries since probably when I was 16 and started reading those historical romance novels where they always had tapestries on the castle walls. And then my love of black and white movies. There was always like the Three Stooges. They have a lovely, I want to say it's a spooky haunted house on a island or something, and there's these walking armor and all kinds of hoot man hoot, and it's just great. I love that one. I can't think of what the name is, but it's a lot of fun, and they have tapestries in there. And there's I don't know why I want a tapestry. It's not like I have a house that is good for that type. Maybe if I just get into the monk cloth afghans, then I'll start like feeling like I'm getting towards that, you know. I figured what I'm going to do is dye our yarn and make the wool into the thread, because to go through floss 6 plies at one time on a 7 or 6 or whatever, it's huge. The holes are humongous. Massive. So yeah, that just seems like it would take sock yarn really well. And I have so much of it, and I bought more. So if anybody needs some monk cloth, I'll dye it. I love to dye. Okay. I think that's it. It's enough, right? The first one was an hour long. It took me 17 hours to load it. It cut out on me at the end because the storage, my device is a little iPod Touch, and the storage space was run out. It was done. things get to be toast around here pretty quickly because I have a tendency to overdo. Do you guys have this? I wasn't doing Maynia, I really wasn't, but somehow I started this one, this one, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I started all of them just recently. That's pretty bad. And some of them aren't started, y'all. You know, maybe I'm not as bad as I think. Like these two, they're under the long-term projects. These two haven't been started, so at least there's that. Please comment and tell me I'm not the only one. Please tell me I'm not insane. Do you also do like full coverage, or do you do like partial coverage? Like most of these are partial. I don't really consider him full coverage because he doesn't have, but like she was definitely not full coverage, right? I don't know. I'm new to all this, so I really don't know. But do tell me if I'm alone, because I couldn't handle being alone. Let me know if you need anything. Bye.